people always say that. They always say, quarter life crisis. I'm 25. My thing is, hey, dial the optimism back a little bit. How many 100-year-olds do you know?
Spencer!
You've been hit your quarter life crisis.
Spencer.
Probably at 17.
Spencer.
Hello!
Spencer, no.
And welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. We're back. You didn't even know we left. I am Spencer Cardia.
I am Polly Pocket.
Hey, Polly. This here's Frank rocking his garb. He's got a tie on. He's also got a shirt on from my favorite place in the world, south of the border.
Yeah.
It is, if you guys don't know it, this is it. It's right on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. Anytime I'm heading south, I will always stop.
On 95.
On 95. So we're coming back from a little bit of a trip. Did you even know? Did you even know we left? No, you didn't. That's how good we are. Nothing will stop the podcasting. So we went to Florida.
Yes.
For a week.
Yes.
To go to my sister's, Avalon. You know her.
Avalon.
She graduated.
Yes.
She graduated college.
Right.
An achievement. The first of her family. No.
It's her first degree. How about that?
It's her first degree. It's her first time graduating.
Yes.
Well, no.
It's her first degree.
She graduated high
It's her
school.
first bachelor's degree. Some people have multiple bachelor's degrees.
Yeah.
Some people get masters and PhDs. That's all it has to be.
It was her first bachelor degree, and we had an excuse to spend a week on the sunny shores of Florida.
Yes.
Got a little bit of a tan. You can't tell it in this lighting here, but hey, it's a tan from me.
The Atlantic shores.
The Atlantic shores. What do we do? We were on the beach, did some paddle boarding. That was fun.
Yeah.
Just drove around in a golf cart around historic St. Augustine.
Right.
Golf.
Miniature golf and top golf.
Miniature golf and top golf. So we did the top and the bottom.
Lighthouse to the top.
Lighthouse to the top. And St. Augustine has one of the oldest churches in America, right?
It's the oldest town in America, so it has a lot of the oldest the oldest schoolhouse, the oldest church, the oldest statue of something or
in
other.
America.
In America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, since we started Croak and Crow and the van, we're doing the van. It's just really behind the scenes. One of the things that I was thinking was on, our wish board. Is that what it's called?
Vision board. Mm-hmm.
Is a church tour, a historic church tour across the states.
Love it.
Because you can just imagine the cathedrals and small. I think the earliest church in St. Augustine is a small little thing.
Yeah, there's so many of those history plaques that I can't even keep track.
And so you let me know if you want me to go around the country with my co-host who is scared of driving at night, so it'll be kind of hard.
Not scared of driving at night. I had some night vision issues, but that was because I was looking at my phone for too long.
Okay, so we'll figure out the kinks.
Yeah, that is it. I think
that is it. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll maybe bring that to you, so you too can come with us and visit every church. Not every church.
My gosh! All
the major churches in America,
and
maybe beyond.
Some fun ones.
Maybe beyond
America,
if it gets big enough. Notre Dame.
No stone unturned.
No stone unturned. No cathedral unwalked through.
Yeah, because I believe this summer international travel is opening up.
It's opening up. The world's opening up. We're both double vaxxed.
Yeah.
We did our part.
I'll get booster if that's offered.
I'll get 6 vaccines. I'll get one. Everyone. Some people don't trust the Johnson. I'll take it. I'll take the Johnson & Johnson. I'll take the Pfizer, Moderna. I want all of them.
You're saying all these VAX words, and that flags us on this channel.
What I meant to say was but so we had a fun week. All videos went up as normal. If you checked out the old podcast, we missed one meme review, which was not yesterday, where we had not
the first time we drove away.
Yeah.
And we had our car decaled with our logo.
Yes, we did. Here's a picture of it. So everyone on 95 got to see Croak and Crow podcast.
Be invited.
Taking over the world. one day at a time.
1 mile at a time.
1 mile at a time. So beyond that, yeah, that's been us. So what's been new with you guys? Oh, we should, like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, I know her.
And like when they're going through their missions, and then like it's like, should we go over it?
Oh yeah,
under it, or through it? And then she just waits and stares at the screen.
We had such an exciting science adventure today. What was your favorite part of the trip?
So yeah, we can have like a dialogue, and then they'll speak to their.
I would love that.
So what's been new with you guys? No way! Wow, that's awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear.
People probably like that.
Yeah.
But we're forgetting one important thing. You're older than you've ever been.
I'm older than I've ever been. I am 25.
Right.
I feel younger than ever. A lot of people, they make 25 a big, they make every age a big deal. Yeah. But you'll hear it's like, I'm a quarter away there.
Right.
Which people always say that. They always say, quarter life crisis, I'm 25. My thing is, hey, dial the optimism back a little bit. How many 100-year-olds do you know?
Spencer!
You've been hit your quarter life crisis.
Spencer.
Probably at 17.
Spencer.
Them's the breaks.
No, stop it. No one wants to hear about that.
No, I'm just kidding. We're all going to live forever in heaven. Yeah. But no, yeah, 25, it means nothing to me. Mm-hmm. It's another year. I'm in the best shape I've ever been.
Yeah, true.
I am the happiest, or I don't know. I was a pretty happy 4-year-old. But yeah, so I mean, I see.
You're going in a direction that you're happy about.
Yeah, I think I plan my life to peak at 47.
Looks like you wrote
47
little notes on your hand.
So until then,
I am very happy.
Until then, it's all uphill. Until after then, it's all downhill.
That's weird because sometimes downhill, like you said, it's all downhill. That sounds like things are going not good, but in real life, going downhill is easier than uphill. Uphill's a struggle.
And that's the topic for today. No. You know the other thing I was thinking about, talking about quarter life crisis and stuff? I think people put too much emphasis on college. They're the best years of your life.
Yeah.
Like, my sister I went to college years ago. Already forgot about it. My sister just graduated college, and I'm like, graduated? I thought you just started.
Yeah, it went fast.
And what I'm getting at is this. Since college, I've been living better years than when I was in college. Mm-hmm. And so when you hear people say, they're the best 4 years of your life, it's like, wow, you're really cramming your what you call peaking as like the height of life.
Right.
To a very small bit. Your best 4 years of your life could be 60 to 64.
Right.
You
have to identify why you would say that, not you, but whoever's saying it. So, maybe it's because you were so social.
Yeah. Or free. Maybe you didn't have like bills or a significant other, which is great, but
yeah,
it was like when people come right out of college and they get into a routine that they're going to do for the next 40 years, they're looking at the last time that they had freedom and the option to do anything. But the truth is, you always have that option.
Right. And
you
so
always can do it.
Try to make that happen, try to, in whatever way. Lower your bills or be more social or, learn. You could always learn.
Keg stands, they don't have to stop in college. You can be 67 and you're the party at the nursing home.
Yeah.
Life of the party.
People are not 67 in a nursing home.
Wow. Yeah, 67 is young. I was just in the 60s for all the past analogies I made.
Right.
You can be 89 doing keg stands as long as your doctor recommends it. What doctor would recommend that? Probably a fun one.
Well, no. If your doctor says you're healthy, then you can make your own choices.
Okay.
You might not have to ask him if you could do a keg stand.
He'll say, yeah, you can do strenuous exercise.
Right.
And the blood to your head won't cause a clot or anything. So today is Wednesday. I'm 25. It's my first Wednesday being the big 2-5.
Right.
Do I feel any older? Yeah. I feel older. I feel wiser.
Is there anything you can do?
I can rent a car.
Let's go out of studio and
maybe we can do the church tour.
A Croak and Crow rent a car.
We can do the church tour of America in a rented car that I can now rent.
Yeah. Sponsored by Avis or whoever.
That's silly, the whole rent a car at 25 thing. Like, why is it so late? I guess insurance.
Yeah.
Like new drivers?
Yeah. Something about being younger than that has not served them well, obviously.
Yeah. You want as many years of driving experience, which I guess, you know what, I'll give it a pass. I've met a lot of bad 21-year-old drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Met a lot of bad 25-year-old drivers.
I've met a lot of bad drivers no matter what age they are.
I think bad driving and good driving is a personality trait.
Oh.
Like, I'm going to go off on a limb and say you're sort of born either a good driver or a bad driver. And you can work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start here and you can go here.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only go so far from where you started. And because I've been with some drivers that I'm like, they're older and it's
why haven't you improved?
Why haven't you? Yeah, it's I don't know. I compare everything to working out.
Right.
I don't know if the driving's a working out thing.
Right.
I think because there's so many aspects of like what you're looking at. Like, is it paying attention? Is it anger? If you're too emotional.
Right.
So
reaction time and stuff like that.
To become a better driver, I think you'd have to work on so many things outside of driving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a great driver.
But in the future, it'll all be self-driving, so we won't have to worry.
It will. And are you for that? A lot of people say, I want to be behind the wheel of my car.
I'm for it because I know that it's better. Will I embrace it wholeheartedly? Originally, no. I didn't even want the chip in my credit card.
You didn't want the chip in your arm with the vaccines? That's the word again.
Credit card.
Yeah.
I held for the longest time just to have the swiper.
Yeah.
So that paints a picture for you.
I am so for the self-driving cars, and I think anyone who's not, you're silly. Guess what? The first argument is you like being in control, or like you have fun driving. I enjoy driving too.
Right. It's
going to be a new thing of driving on tracks. It's going to be a new social thing, not social, like entertainment. And you're gonna it's going to be like going to Topgolf. You're going to go to the track. And you're going to drive cars. It's going to be exciting.
Oh, okay. So you're saying the old way of driving will become
an entertainment.
Yes,
it's like it's going to turn into go-karts.
Hey, let's go try that. Remember like let's go churn butter as a
fun,
you know.
Then like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
The next thing is people say I don't feel safe driving a car. Guess what? We drove down 95. How many car crashes were there?
A lot. Yeah.
Humans.
We weren't involved in any of them.
Humans, as people, we suck at driving. And it's not our fault.
No, there's just so many factors.
There's so many factors.
So many people.
There's so many people.
Yeah.
So if you see one self-driving car crash, you're like, see, and they didn't have any, it would be reduced 99% of fatalities. Just for a safety, doesn't matter how much you love driving a car, the safety will be so great, much greater once all cars are autonomous because they're going to be talking to each other.
Right.
They're going to have Wi-Fi and stuff. And so not only does your car know to stop, the other car in front of you knows you're behind it. They're all going to be connected. So safety, come on, forget about it. And the last thing, the biggest thing, we live in Philadelphia. If you guys live in a near city, you might feel this too. Traffic. Every day you're in traffic.
Well, yeah, look, we drove from Florida to Pennsylvania, southeast Pennsylvania, so not even at the top. And what it said on the map, how long it should have taken us, did not account for the times that we were in 15 mile per hour traffic jams.
Yeah. And so what you guys may know or may not know is a lot of traffic is called phantom traffic.
Really?
And so there's like this diagram of a circle with cars on it, and they're all going around at the same speed. Then they slow one car down just for like a second.
Right.
And then it's a chain effect.
Wow.
And then you get this phantom traffic, and that happens. And then so that makes up for a large majority. You ever in a big traffic jam?
Yes.
You get to the front and there's no accident.
You're like,
no
what was this holdup?
Phantom traffic happens more often than you think. The other thing is crashes.
Mm-hmm.
So when all of these cars are working together, it can be that perfect model of the circle where all the cars are going at the same speed. And so efficiency, safety, and fun.
And pollution.
Ooh, pollution. We're not just going autonomous, we're going electric.
Yeah.
Pollution. Save the environment.
Because there's no gas self-driving cars, are there?
Well, there's hybrids. No, all of the fully autonomous.
Yeah.
they're electric. But
Right.
it's sort of like, I think it's correlation, not causation. Like you can have a self-driving gas.
It just wasn't made that
but
way.
it's we're going into two directions.
Mhm.
We want to be electric and we want to be self-autonomous.
Right.
So you're seeing the two go together. So we're saving the environment. We're saving lives.
Yeah.
We're saving money.
Time.
It'll be cheaper once we start mass produce. A
Right.
battery's cheaper than an engine.
Right.
Whew. Okay. So basically, to sum it up, everyone invest into a self-driving car. In the future, they're expensive now because it's new. Remember the first cell phones? The businessmen had the huge thing.
Yeah. Cell phones, computers.
Now you can get
everything. Dishwashers, fridges.
Yeah. Now you can get a smartphone. It won't be the top of the line. You can get a smartphone at Walmart for $30.
Yeah, of course.
So I like the direction we're going.
One Word Wednesday.
It's One Word Wednesday, guys. We're sorry. We got so caught up in.
Well, because we were catching back up.
We're just at the lunch table.
Yeah,
we were on vacation, and then everyone's at the lunch table like, hey, what's up? You're back.
Right.
And then you sit down with all your tales and victories.
Tails. Here, I want you to put this on. Oh my goodness. Oh, Frank. Okay.
Got a big head. He's like me.
Actually, maybe it won't even fit on you. It does come apart, It's a.
Oh, I laughed. I laughed when he said it's not going to fit on me.
Because that's why it has the plastic.
Wait,
there you go.
My hat was a little big. You can't even see it.
Your nice new hat you got in Florida.
Yeah, it's cork, guys.
It's made with cork.
It's cork.
Cork.
Cork. Not pork.
It's corky. What is it that you're wearing?
This is a tie.
And that is One Word Wednesday.
Tie?
Yeah.
Like ties?
TIE.
Well, I'm glad we talked about Florida for 15 minutes.
It's One Word Wednesday.
It's One Word Wednesday.
The challenge is just to talk.
Okay. Ties. They're kind of going out of fashion.
They're what?
They're kind of going out of fashion.
You think? It seems like one of those things that would not go out of fashion.
You think? But I'm seeing a lot of the suit shirt that's unbuttoned one. Look, and like you see that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm guessing a lot of formal events, you have to have a tie or you're not going to
you do.
service.
When I say going, I'm saying like once all cars are autonomous, I think we're also ditching the tie. That's my personal opinion.
Maybe. We've had them since the 1600s.
Ooh.
That's not even old, you think?
No. But it's not old. But in a way, it's older than you think. Like, imagine tie in an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they had that in the Renaissance?
Well, it was more of what they called a cravat, I think.
Okay.
I might be saying it wrong. But it was when you started to put something around the neck. I think.
Sort of the fluffy thing?
Yeah, the fluffy thing. And I think a royal somebody had a lace something.
Now, what came first? The traditional tie?
No.
Or the bow tie? No, but I'm saying after your crevasses or whatever.
I didn't do...
You didn't get into the history of the bow tie versus the tie?
I wonder if I'm saying that wrong. Mm-mm. Because I wasn't really going to do One Word Wednesday about the fabric that hangs around your neck.
You're talking about like a tie, like win, lose, or tie?
Funny, no, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm talking about ties that bind. Tie.
Oh, like a bow tie. Wait, what? I'm just stuck on the bow tie.
The tie, like you tie.
You tie something. You tie something.
You tie things together.
You tie a knot.
You tie a knot. Tie a knot. Tying things together.
Okay.
Okay, that's as old as time. As old as time.
Yeah.
Tying things together. If you look up tie in the Bible.
What do you find?
BibleGateway.com.
Bible Gateway.
You can imagine there's a lot.
Oh, in the sense of
tying a rope. Okay.
So give me something.
Well, I didn't pull them all out because there's so many. Like
yeah, it's a common word.
It's a common word, and there's instructions of like. Remember in the Old Testament, they were instructed to remember the very specific building instructions for like the temple and stuff. It was also for like garments. Yeah. Tie this and tie that.
That's why, what is it? Jewish people that can't have two cloths that are like cotton and polyester.
Probably. And they have the ties on their waist.
Yeah.
You know, the tassels and all sorts of things.
Leviticans.
And they have what?
Levites.
Is that what that was?
Well, because they were the priests, like that was the tribe of Israel that like were told to be the priests.
Right.
And so they had like the special garments.
And then they have tied, like in the New Testament, when Jesus told the apostles, go, you'll see a donkey. He's tied to the...
Is there spiritual significance in that?
No, I'm just telling you, there's so many things in the Bible with the word tied. It's like, it's not as much as the, but
What do you think the most common word in the Bible is? That's not like the I.
It's not a connecting word or whatever. Not love.
Lord?
You'd have to get rid of so many regular words to see, and you'd have to decide which words you weren't going to. So tied can either be good or bad.
When they're in pod form, don't eat them.
Yeah, it could either be good or bad. You're right? Because it could be wash your clothes, or they could.
That's.
No, I meant the phrase, the saying. So, you can be tied down in a bad way, restricted, or you can. I think there's even a wedding ceremony where they put a ribbon around the bride and groom's wrist.
Yeah, it's all in Braveheart.
Yeah. So
no, I think they were pagan.
Well, I don't know, but tying could be a form of
security.
It could be a form of security, tie down your sails.
Yeah.
Or it could be a form of oppression where you would tie up somebody.
You could be tied on a boat, like when they put your arms around the pole, like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Like or
actually, that's funny because it's in Pirates of the Caribbean. There's two goofball pirates.
Yeah, of course.
And they knew the boat was going to turn upside down.
Right.
So they tied themselves as if they were being tied up, but it was so that they didn't float away.
Tie each other to the mast, upside down, so when the boat flips, we'll be the right way up. Tie back on the swell!
Oh, okay.
So it's oppression or security.
Right.
Interesting.
So it is interesting. I did pull out 2 Bible verses. One is from a book of the Bible that I don't think everyone's familiar with, which is Hosea. And the other one is Matthew. But in Hosea, God is talking and he says, I led them with cords of human kindness, with ties of love. Ooh. So that's nice. But from Matthew 23, hypocrisy chapter, one of your favorite topics.
Yeah.
Jesus is saying that the priests, the hypocrite priests who tie up heavy, cumbersome loads onto the people, but they don't lift a finger to help them. So again, it's just 2 examples of the word tie.
Yeah.
And so where am I going with this?
I was
depositing it to you now and saying, what do you think?
Yeah. Okay. I like it now. With our last little bit of time, this is what I'm going to say about it. I'm going to say we talked about tying down can be bad, or it can be security, or it can be oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And in the hypocrisy, you see it in an oppressive way when you get all of this weight tied down on you.
Right.
And it's like you're being tied down. And we talked about college earlier, and we were saying, why do they love it so much? I think one of the reasons is because they felt less tied down. And then they miss the days where they were not tied down with the cumbersome loads that the priests put on them or whatever.
Right.
Matthew said. And so I think of it like, you don't want to be tied down to, or you don't want things tied to you that are weighing you down.
Right.
But at the same time, you're on the boat and the boat gets a little rocky. You want to tie yourself to something secure.
Right.
And what did it say in Hosea? Is ties of love. And I think that's really the takeaway is there's going to be times when the boat gets rocky and you don't want to fall off and the boat is life. And what you want to already, just like Pirates of the Caribbean, tie yourself to things. If your spiritual religion is a thing that the boat flips and you'll stay on it.
Right.
Love. It's always a winner. Across every religion, across a lack of religion, is love. Mm-hmm. And the same way you tie yourself to those things, having things tied to you, things like fear, envy, greed.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Those are all of those things. You're tying another cinder block to your foot.
Right.
And the boat gets rocky. You didn't tie yourself to the love pole. Instead, you've just been tying self-doubt, self-worthlessness, all these cement blocks to your feet.
Right.
And then when the boat tips, then you're sinking to the bottom. And you're like, so I think.
Or you could even tie yourself to things that you shouldn't be tying yourself to,
Yeah.
like money
Yeah.
or, maybe even people that you shouldn't be.
Well, I'm going to use this boat analogy still.
Well, you were on a boat
Oh, that's another thing we
that
did.
did drift aground.
Yeah.
You did have to drop anchor.
Hit a little bit of a sandbar, lost power.
Maybe the tide was out.
Yeah, it was a low tide. No, okay, so people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get into relationships, and and I think you on this podcast, we don't like even the term my other half.
Right.
We don't like the term because we think every human being has the capability of being a full person.
Right.
And then when you are a full person, always working on yourself, you find another full person, and then you have something beautiful. You shouldn't be looking for someone to fill things that you have the ability to fill. Now, you can both benefit. You can both be working on yourselves with each other. I'm not saying unless you're perfect, get in a relationship. No, but it should always be known this person might be helping me work on myself.
Right.
But I should always work. You shouldn't use a crutch. So with that, I'm going to say this. You're on this boat. The seas are calm right now, but you're like, this might turn over one day. You tie yourself to a person. The problem or benefit is that person tied to the pole of love,
right.
the pole of faith, whatever the good pole is, or is that person have cinder blocks on their feet, and their cinder blocks,
right?
And so now you're tied to that person. You didn't tie yourself to the pole either. You go down. Normally you could doggy paddle, at least for a little bit,
right.
hopefully find a piece of the love driftwood. Now you're being pulled down by the other person.
Right.
And even though on the calm shores, it might be like, oh my God, it's so romantic. We're handcuffed together on this boat. What if something happened?
Right.
That's what you're probably saying. When push comes to shove, as the kids say, they sink, you sink. Now that you've tied yourself down.
That's right. That's interesting. I'm tied down. Isn't that what you say when you get married? Oh, he got tied down. I think that's what you say when you get married.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Once again, I mean, it could be good or
it could be good or bad.
It could be good or bad, and also I think even in the best situations, when you're in a equal and loving relationship, you are tying yourself to each other, and that's like what it means is, like when you see the old prisoners like 1920s films, and they have their feet are tied together.
Oh
and
yeah,
so,
the ball and chain.
Yeah,
yeah.
And when they're doing the escape, they have to like
right.
match their feet up, and that is what's happening in a relationship is you're tying yourselves together, which is good, but more than ever, that's when you want to be grounded, tying yourself to something. Like that's what you see. The most successful relationships are the ones where they both have common views, and like you might meet a relationship like, wow, you both are like the nicest people I ever met. You have a lot of love in your hearts, and that's why it works because they're tied hand to hand, and then they both are wrapped around the pillar of love.
Right.
That boat can jump in the air, flip upside down. They're not falling in the water.
But if you're a singleton, you're also fine because
you're also fine because you're also fine because you have the freedom.
Right.
You're not tied down to someone else, so you have full control. But at the same time,
you have to be tied to the boat.
It's up to you. The other it's not like, oh, this other person.
Yeah,
they're tied to faith. They're tied to love. What I see them do, they make me a better person.
Right.
It's all up to you. So
yeah, you
need to then have the take action and be the one who's tying yourself to the good things in life.
I even think the opposite of a boat in the sea. I think of the what's it called? The rocket ship. When the astronaut goes outside.
I can't stand those movies. Like that's more terrifying to me.
Tied to the
than like horror movies. When I just see the drifting in space.
But he's tied to his.
He is.
Ship. You know what I read? Let's end this on a really scary note since you're afraid. I read that astronauts' outfits can't protect them from anything.
No, I knew. I knew
you already knew that?
Only from the movie I just watched.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it can't like when you say nothing, like they can be out in space, but it's not going to stop radiation. It's not going to stop. Like, it's heat resistant, but that's what, the movie I just watched. I forget even what it was. It was with that girl from Pitch Perfect. Yeah, I know. And I'll never remember. She was outside in a radiation storm, and maybe she died, maybe she didn't. I won't spoil it. Yes. So the other thing quickly that I was thinking when you were talking was the three-legged race. Two-legged. That would be regular people running. Three-legged race where you have to be so in sync Yeah.
Because you're tied together. And if you still want to act independently, you're not going to make any progress.
Yes. So ties, you know what? We made something out of it.
We always do.
We don't always. You know what's funny? I feel like we do better when you throw a random one at me.
Oh, really?
And then it's like the topic will be, I don't know, what's like a religious easy topic.
Oh, candles.
All right, guys, that was One Word Wednesday. Let us know what kind of tie you like better, bow ties, or is it just called a traditional tie?
Necktie.
Necktie, that's it. But a bow tie is a necktie. But I guess a football is. Yeah,
people.
A soccer ball.
People
is a
just say necktie, and then bolo tie is those 2 strings.
Like the Texas.
Yeah, bow tie.
Yeah,
I think that's it for just the things that can be worn, like to a formal event.
Yeah. But we'll be back tomorrow with a walkthrough Thursday. The first one I've done since I turned 25.
Yeah.
I'll get to say that all week now. Yeah. So it's been real. It's been nice seeing you guys again. You've been seeing us. We haven't been seeing you.
No.
So
we're back up north.
We're back up. We're in the Great White North. I think that's Canada. We're a little more south than that. Peace.
Bye.